Hello and welcome to Health Africa on AAU TV. AAU TV is the voice of higher education in Africa. Today on Health Africa, we are celebrating World Hepatitis Day. Did you know that 290 million people are living with hepatitis and they are unaware? Unaware to say that they don't experience any symptoms, but then it's there. And what happens to these people if we don't find them out and link them to care? Hepatitis is a very serious issue. That is why I need you to stay with me since we have Mr. Theobald Owusu-Ansah here today to help us delve more into hepatitis and everything that goes on with it. Stay with me. I'll be back shortly, and when I come back, I'll introduce my guest properly. My name is Bridget Amadente. You're welcome back from the short break. As I said earlier, today we are discussing World Hepatitis Day here on Health Africa, your favorite health show on television today. And today I have with me in the studio Mr. Theobald Owusu-Ansah. He is the president of Hepatitis Foundation of Ghana and the former board member of the World Hepatitis Alliance, representing Africa. Imagine that, the whole of Africa. That means he has a lot of information. He has worked with a lot of African countries regarding hepatitis B, and he has done a lot of work. He's going to help us delve into the theme for the celebration of today. That is hepatitis-free future. And then there also is the finding the missing millions. Finding the missing millions who have hepatitis and have no idea. Finding the missing millions and telling people to go and get tested to know their status. Mr. Owusu-Ansah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you in the studio today.
Yeah, thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So I would want us to go into how you started your foundation and how it's changed to become the foundation for Ghana.
Oh, okay. Let me say, I started the foundation in 2007 using my family experience to establish the foundation. When I say my family experience, I'm talking about my father's family experience.
Okay.
They are, let me say, they are about 6 in the number. And all of them, 5 are positive, hepatitis B positive, and 1 is negative. So the virus started killing them one by one. So we lost 2 people. So I said, okay, if there is a virus called hepatitis, which is killing a lot of people in Ghana and my family, and people are not aware about it. So let me go to internet and do a search. So I did a search, and when I did a search, there's no NGO in Ghana that's champion against hepatitis. So I started the registration. I shared the idea with someone and said, oh, it's good, you can go ahead and do it. So I started the registration. First, it was Theobald hepatitis foundation, like a
Okay.
personal thing.
Yeah.
So in 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011 to 2014, I have seen that the foundation have grown. A lot of people are now coming on board. So one friend told me to, now the thing look like a personal thing. Why don't you change the name
Okay.
to make it a national organization? So I changed the name from Tobacco Hepatitis B Foundation to Hepatitis Foundation of Ghana.
Okay.
So that it will not be like an individual thing, like it will be a national
So that everybody
organization.
can
Everybody
relate.
can relate to it. So I
Exactly.
changed the name from Tobacco Hepatitis B Foundation to Hepatitis Foundation of Ghana.
Okay.
So since then, we have been doing education, advocacy, also linking patient to care, negotiating prices, treatment on behalf of the patient, and also organizing free screening and also vaccination to the general public. This since 2000. This is what we have been doing since 2008.
Okay. Okay. That's a great life journey then.
Oh,
okay.
yes.
So then let's go straight into hepatitis. What is hepatitis?
Yeah, when we say hepatitis, I always tell people that hepatitis, when you hear hepatitis, like a big name, but it comes with it comes with the liver. It's a liver problem.
Okay.
So hepatitis is a disease, a liver disease caused by viral hepatitis. When I say viral hepatitis, we have different types. So hepatitis is a liver disease caused by viral hepatitis.
Okay. Okay. And then you mentioned that there are different types. So there's hepatitis A, B, C, and kindly take us through the various
Yeah, we
types
have
of it.
5 types.
Okay.
We have hepatitis A, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, hepatitis D, and hepatitis E.
Yeah.
But the most common ones in Africa here, maybe Ghana here, is the B and C.
Yeah.
But the A and the E, the mode of transmission are the same.
Okay.
And the way the virus behave are the same.
Okay.
And A and E, it doesn't need any treatment.
Okay.
It will go by itself within 6 months.
Oh.
Yeah, but you have to go for a vaccination to prevent yourself.
Okay.
But the B and C, let me jump the C and come to B and D. The B and D are the same. You can't get the D without the B.
Wow.
Yeah.
They move together.
Yeah, you move together. So when you get the B, you can also get the D.
Okay.
But you can't get D without the B.
Okay.
But the B is preventable, is vaccine preventable disease. Once a vaccine, you can go for a vaccine. Yeah. But the C is not preventable by a vaccine.
Okay.
Everybody is at risk. But the good news is that the C is curable.
Oh, fine.
Yeah, you can kill the C, but you can't kill the B.
Wow.
The B is not curable. You cannot cure it. But the C, you can cure it. So this is the difference between the five types.
Okay. Okay. So if the last year's theme for celebrating World Hepatitis Day was finding the millions.
The missing millions.
Yeah. And then that was by World Hepatitis Alliance. And this year they are taking it on again.
Yeah, on again,
and
yeah.
WHO this year has brought hepatitis-free future. Kindly delve into that one for me.
Yeah, when you say find the missing million, about 290 million are living with hepatitis unaware. So we have to, without finding them and link them to care, these people will die.
Yeah.
So we have to find them and link them to care. We have to find them and do the screening. We have to find them and then prevent them so that they will not spread the disease.
Yeah.
And when it comes to hepatitis-free future, when you say future, we always said the youth are the future leaders of this country.
Yeah.
So we have to find them. Otherwise, they will die with hepatitis. So find the hepatitis-free future. We are talking about preventing mother-to-child transmission.
Okay.
In Africa here, the mode of transmission is mother-to-child. That's the vertical transmission.
Okay.
It's common here, and the horizontal transmission is also common, but the vertical one is common. So we have to prevent them, the child, so that they will not die from hepatitis. When we go to Taiwan, Taiwan, a lot of people were living with hepatitis B. But now what they have done is that they have started the birth dose. So in 10 years' time, the country will be free from hepatitis because nobody will die from hepatitis B. So that's what we are also telling the government. That's why we have the team hepatitis-free future, we are telling the government that let's start the birth dose. Let's vaccinate the babies so that they will not die in the future, so that we can prevent them. And when you prevent the disease, it's cost effective than treating the disease.
And treating it.
Yeah, so treating it. So this year, find the missing million. We have found people who are not aware that they should go for the test and also link them to care. And hepatitis-free future, we are also telling the people that let's prevent mother-to-child transmission.
Okay.
That's why they came out with this thing for this year.
Okay. So let's move to the symptoms. Earlier when I mentioned that they have it unaware, they are not experiencing any symptoms. So what would it look like for someone who has more advanced stage of hepatitis and is experiencing some symptoms?
Yeah, hepatitis, majority of them doesn't show any symptoms.
Oh.
Yeah, only few people. We call it silent killer. Yeah, only few people have the symptom or see the symptoms. And when the symptoms like jaundice, you see body pains like joint pains, loss of appetite, you start losing weight, and yellowish of the eyes and yellowish of the palm too, and you see swelling of the leg too, are also part of the symptoms.
Oh.
But as I said, majority of them doesn't show symptoms. And the hepatitis symptoms and malaria symptoms are the same.
Yeah,
so
and even someone with sickle cell, I know swelling of the legs, jaundice, and
the same. So they will be treating you for malaria or maybe typhoid.
Yeah.
So if you have been treating and you're still having these symptoms, the best way is that you have to go for the test. Go and do hepatitis B test. Yeah.
And then they'll find out.
Yeah, they will find out.
Okay, so the mode of transmission, we've already talked about the mother to child, where there's a vaccine we give to the babies to ensure that they don't get it in the future.
In the future.
So aside the mother to child, there's another mode of transmission.
Yeah, mother to child, that's the vertical transmission. And the horizontal transmission is getting from someone who has the disease, the virus. Blood contact with the body fluid. And as I said, in part of our country, like the world, hepatitis, the mode of transmission is mother to child.
Okay.
Yeah, which is common here in Africa, in maybe Ghana here. But the sexual transmitted is not all that common here in Ghana here. That's why most of the people, the husband is living with was having the disease, but the wife is free. Sometimes the wife is living the disease, the husband is free.
Wow.
So the mode of transmission in Africa, in Ghana here, is vertical. That's mother to child. And the horizontal is you get maybe when you go to barbering shop and there's a cut, you can get it. The ladies, they go to salon, they do pedicure and those kind, you can also get it. And men who have sex with men can also get the disease. And body piercing too, you can also get it. And body tattoo, you tattoo yourself too, you can also get it. If somebody is already infected with the disease and they don't sterilize the tubes, you can also get it. And when you go to hospital, previously, now it's not common. So let me say, we don't share needle and those kind of things. We don't share it anymore. So that one, the exposure is not common now in Ghana, but the vertical is common now.
Okay, so you mentioned that sometimes you have a husband living with a disease and then the wife hasn't gotten it. But then when it comes to like gay relationships, they can spread it.
Yeah, they can spread
it. How is that possible? Because a husband and a wife seem to have sex almost every day. But then the gay too, they also have sex. But what differentiates it? What makes the husband get it and the wife not get it, but then the gay partners will get it? Yeah,
the gay partner, because men, having sex with men, because where they penetrate is close.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very, very close. So maybe when doing the penetration, there will be blood. They can exchange the blood. But in sexual intercourse, you know, when there is penetration, it expands. So their expansion, that body fluid, and it's not common. There's etching that in doing the sexual intercourse. But the men to men, that one is common. You can get it.
Okay, I get it now. Okay, so we're going on a break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about how HIV and hepatitis are closely related, because there are incidences where you have someone living with HIV and has hepatitis. So when we come back, we're going to go more into HIV and hepatitis. Please stay tuned. welcome back. This again is Health Africa on AAU TV. If you just joined the conversation, you've missed, but then you can still go back and watch. You can follow the conversation on Association of African Universities on Facebook and Association of African Universities on YouTube. Before we went on the break, we were talking about hepatitis, how it is spread, the types of hepatitis there are, the horizontal and the vertical modes of spreading. And now we are moving to co-infection between hepatitis and HIV. Mr. Wuswanza, so before we went on the break, I was asking, how is it that persons with HIV seem to come across hepatitis? What leads to such an incident?
Yeah, the HIV and hepatitis mode of transmission are the same.
Okay.
The way you get HIV is the way you get hepatitis. And the WHO is about 1% who are
1%.
living with hepatitis and HIV. So the mode of transmission, because are the same, when you are exposed to HIV, you can also expose to hepatitis. And you know, when you got HIV, your immune system is very weak. So any other disease can pass through. So when you got maybe the way you maybe you slept with someone and the person is living with HIV and hepatitis, they can transfer the virus to you. That's why we have co-infection. Somebody living with HIV and somebody living with hepatitis. And what good news is that people who are living with HIV, because their drugs, their medication is free, the same drugs can treat hepatitis.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The same drugs. It's only recently they combined two drugs because the doctors were giving that drugs because it is free. They were giving out to hepatitis B patients. No, so the HIV decided no, let's add another drug. So now it's very strong. You don't have to take HIV drug for hepatitis. But if you are living with HIV, you can still take the drug because you are living with HIV and hepatitis. But you can't take hepatitis drug for HIV patients.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the treatment mode then.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so let's move on to legislations concerning hepatitis. You know, you're talking about children being given the vaccine when they are given birth to and everything. How extensive is this? Is it all over, or is just in some parts of Ghana or in some parts of Africa?
Yeah, currently there's no birth dose. When you say birth dose, we are talking about after 24 hours, you have to vaccinate the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ghana, we have to wait for 6 weeks before we vaccinate. Because there's 6 weeks, before 0 week to the 6 weeks, there's exposure. The child is exposed to any virus. So we are telling the government that, why don't you start the birth dose? Because other countries have started. So we should also follow them. Let's start the birth dose. The birth 24 hours, it will prevent the baby not getting the virus. So maybe we want to start birth dose maybe 2020, but 2030, where the WHO have tasked all the member states to eliminate hepatitis. But by 2030, we can achieve that. But we don't have to wait for people to get the disease before we treat them. So the Ghana here, we have not started the birth dose. It's we have to wait for the 6 weeks. And the positive mothers too, when you are positive, as soon as you give birth, within 12 hours, we have to vaccinate the baby. For the positive, also the negative mother and the positive, the time is different.
Yeah, it's different.
That one is 24 hours. You have to vaccinate the baby. But the mother is positive. But 12 hours, you have to vaccinate the baby. So the baby is not free. You have to buy it. And the vaccine is very expensive. Yeah, very, very expensive for the baby, for the positive mothers. It's very, very expensive. So some people, they will tell me, I don't have money to buy. So let my baby get the virus. And when he's old enough to treat himself.
Really?
So, yeah. So we are appealing to the government to introduce birth dose. When you introduce the birth dose, you are saving costs. You don't have to wait for people to get the disease before you treat them. You are saving costs. So the birth dose will help the government save a lot of costs. But currently, we are not doing birth dose.
Wow. Even the birth dose, you know, I'm thinking these are very tiny human beings who have just come into the world. As small as they are, you still have to give them a vaccine using a syringe and everything. Wow, that's painful. So give us a price range for the vaccine. Between what price?
Yeah, the vaccine is between now, because of the COVID, it's very expensive now.
Oh,
you can get it 800, 900.
Ghana cedis.
Yeah, Ghana cedis for the vaccine. Yeah, for one. I'm talking about for the positive mothers.
Yeah.
If your mother is positive, you have to vaccinate the baby
as well.
You have to buy that one within the 12 hours. That's between, you have to budget between 600 and 900. Yeah, but the normal vaccine is you have to budget maybe 20, 30 Ghana cedis per shot.
Oh, okay. That is when you don't have it.
Yeah, if you don't have it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the baby, if the mother is positive, the baby, you have to budget 600 and 900. First, we were negotiating the price, but you know, this pharma company, they want the numbers.
Yeah.
If the numbers, we have the number, they will reduce the price. But you know, Ghana people cannot afford it. Some people will call you, so can you help us buy the vaccine? And I always tell them, no, the vaccination, we don't have financial to do that. But we can help you get it at a lower price. And the lower price is even 600 Ghana cedis. Wow. Yeah, that's the lower price you can get it, 600. And it's very difficult for people to even buy it. So if the government will buy, because when the government is procuring those vaccines, it will be cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even the hepatitis B treatment, we have some companies who are come on board. Now we want government to come on board. We can give it to government $1. And $1 in Ghana cedis is 5 cedis, something pesos. And if the government, you can even sell it 10 Ghana cedis, and people will buy it. Yeah. But now they are selling it 200, 150, 300 a month. And the Hep C treatment, do you know the cost? No. Hep C treatment is $1,500. Huh? $1,500 for Hep C treatment. But that one, you can cure it within 3 months. It's $1,500.
No, can't we like buy the rights and make the vaccine here in Ghana to reduce the costs?
Yeah, we can, because Uganda have done it. Yeah. Uganda, now they are producing the Hep B and Hep C drugs locally. And they are selling $100 for Hep C drugs. Well, look at that. $100 in Uganda. And now if somebody wants Hep C drugs, we have to order it for India.
In this COVID, how?
Yeah. You have to order it from India.
Wow.
And you know the cost of the transfer of money, the dollar, you have to change the dollar. Exactly. And all come with a cost. But if government give some tax holidays to those organizations, companies, they can produce it here locally, so that it will be cheaper and for people to afford it.
Yeah, then we can reduce the numbers who are living with it and don't even.
Yeah, and a lot of people are living with hepatitis. A lot, especially the youth. A lot of people,
Really?
A lot of people are living with hepatitis because it doesn't show symptoms. So they don't see the need to go for the test. So the time they know that they are positive, it's too late to treat it. So we encourage everybody to go for the test. And the test is, even if you go to government hospitals, 20 Ghana cedis.
And you get your results the same day?
Yeah, you get the same day.
Oh, okay. Okay, because I was about to come to testing and how easy or difficult it is to get tested.
Testing, you can even go to any hospital or any lab. I want to do hepatitis B test or C test. And hepatitis C, we don't do the test. So now we don't know the number. The data we have is scanty. We don't know the number because we don't do the test. But Hep B, we have been doing the test, so we have a lot of data sitting scattered.
Even that one is scattered.
Yeah, it's scattered. Oh, so Hep C, we don't do the test, so we don't know the number. So you can just walk into any hospital. Oh, I want to do Hep C or Hep B test. They will do it within seconds or maybe 5 minutes. You'll get your results and go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, and then when you get your results, then you can get a vaccine, and that is if you're negative.
Yeah, if you're negative, you have to vaccinate. You have to get vaccine, and the vaccine is a 3 shot. Okay. That's the 0 day, the day you tested positive, and you have to wait for 1 month later.
No, the day you tested negative.
Negative. Then 1 month later, you go for the second one, and 6 months later, you go for the third one. Yeah, but you can take it for 1 year.
Okay.
If maybe the last one, you forget to go for it, you can wait 1 year, then you can go for it. Yeah, within 1 year, you can take all the 3 shots.
Okay. So let's come to NGOs and how you hard to reach communities. So hard to reach communities like people in the villages, like sex workers who don't even care about their health. They don't even know what's at stake looking at the job that they do. How are you guys reaching out to such people to cut down the number of people who are contracting it on a daily basis?
Yeah, in Ghana, we have not done any research on sex workers.
Okay.
testing them, we have not done any research on that. But the communities, it's not easy. Sometimes when we go to the community, we want to do some interviews. So we go to town. Whilst we are doing that, we're also recording. And have you heard about hepatitis before? So, what is hepatitis? No. So we have to educate them that is hepatitis. Sometimes when they even do the test and they tested positive, and they start laughing because they don't
know the seriousness of it.
They don't know. They are not aware, so they start laughing. Oh, hepatitis! I know. They started laughing. So the communities, it's not easy to reach them. And sometimes when you are even doing the test, you have to convince them to come for the test before they will come. Because they will not come.
For your own good.
Yeah, for your own good. And we always advise people, don't test and leave them.
Okay.
You test, you treat. Okay. You test, you vaccinate. Okay. You don't have to test them, then you leave them. Okay. Then you have not done any work. You test them, you vaccinate them, those who are negative. You treat them, those who are positive. Then you treat them. Last 2 years, we went to Takwa to do a test. Now we want to do a research on Manu community, how people are living. And the results was not encouraging because a lot of people were testing positive. Yes, I was shocked. A lot of people were testing positive in the Manu community. And we had the data there. The data is sitting there. We have the data among Manu community.
But you don't have even money to go and help them.
Go and help them.
Treatments and everything.
Yeah, so reaching the community is not easy. And sometimes you have to look for funds and do that. Sometimes you have to look for funds and do that. And the funding, as I said, funding on hepatitis is not easy. Getting funding for hepatitis is not easy. But HIV, they have funding sitting there. You can just go there. Or we want to do screening, they will give you the testing kit. But hepatitis is not like that. You have to buy your own the screening kit, go and do it. After that, you have to vaccinate them because we can't leave them. You have to vaccinate them. Those who have to treat them, you have to link them to care. And the community, sometimes, all the doctors are centered in the teaching hospitals. So you have to, if somebody may be tested positive at Upper West, you have to tell the person to come to Tamale for the treatment.
Oh, why?
Yeah, because it's where they can get the specialist.
Wow.
Oh, and Accra here, everybody have to go to Kolebu for the treatment. So when you go there, they will tell you, oh, you come in 3 months time, 3 months or 4 months time.
Hey, what if it gets serious?
Yeah, that's what people say. Okay, if I have to wait for 4 months, then let me go to herbal. Let me start herbal treatment.
Really? And there's no herbal treatment for hepatitis? No,
hepatitis, there's no herbal treatment for hepatitis because your liver is liver problem. Your liver is weak, so you don't have to put much pressure on the liver. So people going for liver herbal treatment is wrong. It's wrong because the nature, the way they prepare the herbal, it's not good, and you are putting much pressure on the liver. So we are advising people not to go for the herbal treatment if you are hepatitis B positive. And if you are positive, doesn't mean that you need treatment. Some people, the immune system is very strong that it's fighting against the virus. Okay. So it doesn't take any medication. Okay. But those people whose immune system cannot fight the virus, they have to take the medication because their viral load is high. So they have to suppress the virus. So they have to take the medication to suppress the virus. But if your immune system is strong, that person doesn't need treatment. Yeah, you have to manage it every 3 months. You go and do the liver function test every year. They do the viral load test. So if you are positive, doesn't mean that you need the treatment. Okay. And there's something that is becoming common here in Ghana. If I'm positive, then some stigmatization. No, this person cannot work because you are hepatitis B positive. No, hepatitis B positive doesn't mean the person cannot work. He can work. It's a liver problem, and the liver, you don't have any problem with the liver, and you are telling me that I can't work. You can work. Now it's common now. Really? Yeah. Last year we followed a case. I don't want to mention the company's name. Okay. The company, they are Tema. I don't want to also mention what they do. Otherwise you know, because they are only company in Tema who produce that thing. Okay. They sack all those people who are positive because they have hepatitis B positive. So I went there and I said, no, it's wrong. The person positive doesn't mean also Food and Drugs Authority asked them to sack. So I went to Food and Drugs Authority, and they even told me, no, they didn't say anything. If the person is positive, hepatitis, you have to remove the person from production or a house, a production unit, and send it to maybe accounts or other departments.
Where they don't have that much contact.
So you don't have to, even hepatitis B, you can't transmit hepatitis through water. No, it's not. You cannot transmit the virus through water or food. So later, we have a meeting with them. They said, okay, since we sacked them and maybe that Kumasi depot, we are closing the Kumasi depot, what we can do is that we have to compensate them. So they compensate them, and I told the people that you should find another job. And now it becomes common. Even soldiers, if you go to military, they will tell you, no, you are hepatitis B positive, you can't go to the military and the police. And the police too, a lot of people have done the test. We have done the test, and a lot of people are living with hepatitis in the police service. So why are you rejecting other people that you have hepatitis B? Those people are working. Those people are working, active working. And even the nurses, some people, those people are also living with hepatitis.
And they're even taking care of other
people. And they're
people.
even taking care of you. And you are telling me that I cannot work. And you are employing somebody who are having diabetes and BP. And you are leaving those people with hepatitis. Because the BP patient can even collapse right now. But hepatitis, no. You can work normal. You can do your normal thing because it's liver and you are taking care of the liver. It's about education. You have to educate the companies. And if you're the marriage counselor, you can't tell somebody that I'm hepatitis B positive, I can't marry. No. Hepatitis B positive, yeah. My father was positive, but he got married to my mother. So if the person is positive, that means no, he cannot work. It's nowhere. That's what even the marriage counselor, they need education.
The counselors
need education. So if somebody is listening to us, if somebody is even watching us, and maybe they are stigmatized against you, you are positive, so they tell you you cannot work. If you have genuine case, come to us. We will fight the case for you. Yeah, we will fight it. We will send the case to court, human rights court. Because if you are positive, even the HIV people, we cannot sack HIV patient from your work because the person is positive. No. Hepatitis, if that person is hepatitis, the person is living. My father is a lecturer. He's a professor in US. He's a lecturer. And the person is still strong. He's not on treatment. My father is not on treatment. So if the person is positive, that means the person needs treatment. And sometimes the company, they are running away from their responsibility, taking care of the patient. So they are running away. Instead of paying for those who know, I can't pay, so let me sack you. No, it's not like that. If the person, even that company, when they did the test, people, when they, when they got the employment, they were negative. And due the course of the duty, they became positive and said, no, the person is positive, so I have to sack you. No. Even there's no, they should go and read the labor law. The labor law doesn't say that if I'm positive, you have to sack me. You have to treat me.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the treatment, that's what we are saying. We are telling the company, come to us. We will help you get affordable and quality treatment. Because we have been negotiating the price in behalf of those patients. And we know those companies who are producing the drug. So when you come to us, we will send you, okay, how many people who are living there? We have about 200 people. Then the company, we are not going to lead you. We are not going to take the money. You just take you to the company, those people who are producing the drugs, and you buy from them for your people, for your employers. And we have some doctors who are qualified doctors at Kolibu. We can direct them. You can even bring them to your company to do the test for you or to check the employers for you. So it's wrong to stigmatize against somebody who is living with hepatitis. If somebody is living with HIV and BP and the person is even free to work, why not hepatitis patient too? So it's wrong. So and if somebody is watching us, the person have to contact them. We will fight the case for you.
Okay, so the stigma must stop. And then I have this other question, then we'll be wrapping up soon. I have a friend who started the treatment, took the first shot, took the second shot, and then the third shot couldn't go for it, and it's been over 6 months. What should this person do?
You have to continue.
You have to continue with the last shot,
or
you have to start?
No, you have to continue for the last shot.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't have to start
and
again.
It won't have an effect on you, nothing?
No. It will not. So you have to start.
You have to start.
Yeah, you have to start.
So you have to continue with the last one.
Yeah, you have to continue for the last one.
Okay. So your final words, your words of advice regarding stigmatization, regarding hepatitis, and what you're doing as an organization during World Hepatitis.
Yeah, we want to tell the government that we shouldn't divert attention from hepatitis to COVID-19. COVID-19 is there, but hepatitis 2 is there. It's killing a lot of people than even the COVID-19. So we shouldn't divert we shouldn't give more attention to COVID-19 and leave other disease. So we have to also pay attention to the other disease. So we are telling the government that we should start the birth dose. That's the way forward. We should start the birth dose to prevent the future leaders, so that in the next 10 years, our country will be free from hepatitis. We want a hepatitis-free country. So the next 10 years, nobody will die from hepatitis B. And we are telling people also to go for the test. If you are positive, it's good for you to know than you don't know. If you are positive, then you start the treatment as soon as possible. And if also go for the test and you are negative, you have to start the vaccination. The vaccine is 3 shots. Make sure that you complete all the 3 shots. After the completion of the 3 shots, and also let me pay attention. The vaccine, it's not everybody who need the vaccine. Some people are already built. The body have already built the immune system, so it doesn't need the vaccine. Especially the adult. Not all the adults need the vaccines. So let's do the test and go for the vaccination. And this year is hepatitis-free future. We are preventing mother-to-child transmission. It's not only this year. We are going to continue for the next 5 years. So all the pregnant women, when you go to the antenatal, please make sure that you do hepatitis B and C test. And if you are positive, tell the doctors you are positive, so that they will prevent the baby from not getting the disease. And as we have the vaccine for the baby. And if you are negative, the mother, you are negative, you can buy the vaccine yourself and give it to the nurse. They will vaccinate the baby to prevent any future exposure to the virus. So we are telling people hepatitis affects everybody, everywhere. So we should all know it, and we should all confront it, and we should all come together and have a country free from hepatitis.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure having you in the studio today. I've had a very great conversation and enlightenment. I know you have also learned a lot on our topic for today, which is hepatitis, since we are celebrating World Hepatitis Day today. Thank you very much for staying tuned. As I said earlier, 290 million are living with it unaware. They don't know. So if you have just watched this conversation, please go and get tested. Whatever be the outcome of the test, get treatment or get a vaccination, and it will help solve the issue of hepatitis worldwide. Thank you very much. This has been Health Africa on AAU TV. Stay tuned for other programs.